Hey, YouTube family. Welcome to Jacquie with a Q, where the Q stands for Queen, the Q stands for Question, and the Q stands for Quality of Life. Yes, y'all. I'm glad that I'm able to speak to you guys today. I hope everything is well, and I hope you're making it happen for yourself. Got to make it happen for yourself, right? And I'm really happy to be able to speak to y'all. I didn't think I would, my mouth is a little sore in a spot, but not really. So anyway, y'all, I'm happy to be able to speak to y'all. Don't forget to drop down in the description box and like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. So let me tell y'all something. I am so happy that the debacle with these old teeth is over with. I ain't got to deal with this. Y'all, first of all, I was scared. I never had any. Well, I had some wisdom teeth removed years ago. That's probably why I was scared. But they didn't put me to sleep. They pulled it. He pulled it. He numbed it and pulled it, right? And when I tell you, he had a hard time getting the wisdom teeth out. Now, what I didn't know that I know now is that the wisdom teeth are bigger than your regular teeth, especially when they start to grow. I didn't know they grew, right? Because the teeth that they had to take out the other day had grew, and it was coming up out of my gums. And I was like, why are they so bigger? I didn't understand. I never knew that, right? And that was painful. Then it had a cavity, right? Well, anyway, 2 years ago, I knew that I had the wisdom teeth had to come out and I had cavities. I knew that. But again, I was afraid. But at any rate, and I had never had cavities, right? So anyway, life went on because I was prepared to move. So I was working a lot of hours, preparing to move down here to Charlotte. My daughter was pregnant with twin babies, and so it was just like a lot going on, and I just moved on with my life, right? Well, and it would hurt from time to time, and so I would get some oil gel, put it on there, and that'd take it away. Boom, gone. Didn't think nothing about it, right? Did that for a year. So when I got down here in January last year, I did all the stuff. I went to the doctor, went to the gynecologist, established a dentist, got me a pap smear, do all the stuff, right? Get me some doctors established. Well, when I went to the dentist, them cavities were still there. And they was like, they got to come out. So you have to see the oral surgeon. Like before, when I got my wisdom teeth out, which was years ago, almost damn near 20, just the dentist did it. Went in his office, he numbed it and took it out, right? And it looked like he was having such a hard time. It looked like he was getting pliers and bigger pliers and tweezers, all kind of stuff, right? So that had me a little fearful, right? So when they said, okay, you got to see the oral surgeon, that scared me. Then they was like, well, you go to sleep now. See, I didn't know that you went to sleep, but I guess because the wisdom teeth are so big and so hard and so deeply rooted in the gums, it's better to go to sleep. Well, anyway, I was nervous about that going to sleep, child. I'm telling you, I was so nervous about to go. I'm like, shit, I don't want to wake up dead. I'm just nervous. I'm so scary. I'm so scary now, right? So, a couple of my friends like, oh, it'll be all right. You won't even know. And I'm thinking, yeah. So the dentist had said, well, if you don't go to sleep, you'll feel a little pressure. I'm like, shit, that's what they said when you had kids, right? Now I had all my kids natural. I ain't going through no more pain. I don't want no more pain in my life. So, anyway, I prayed about it. My friend took me. When I tell y'all, that shit was so damn easy. So the dentist, he said, well, we going to put some. I said, are you using that propanol? Is it propanol? Propanol, I think that's how you say it. Stuff that killed Michael Jackson, right? And he said, yeah, that's we have a combination of something that go with that, right? So he sprayed it and put the needle in, and I said, was that it? He was like, no, that ain't it. But that really was it, right? Because I remember turning my head, looking at the nurse, and that's all I remember. Next thing I know, they was waking. I was getting up out the chair. I was like, well, look at that. Look at that. No pain. So, they gave me a penicillin, some amoxicillin, and like Tylenol 3s or something like that. And so my friend was like, start taking them now before the pain. My mouth was so numb and I was swole up, right? And so I started taking them when I got home. They told me, they said, get a Frosty. Get a Frosty. I got the Frosty. I was happy about that because I was so hungry, y'all. You can't eat 8 hours before. And it was in the afternoon. Now I hadn't eaten almost 24 hours. I was so hungry. Hadn't drank no water. I love water. Y'all know I love water, right? I was thirsty. I was hungry. I was like, oh, my God, I can't wait. So I got the Frosty. And they said, tomorrow you can start eating, which was today, right? And I'm waiting on the pain. I'm like, it's got to be some pain. Y'all, there's no pain. A little bit of discomfort on this side. I don't know why. Probably because that tooth, it was up in the root, right? But let me tell y'all something. Yesterday I felt so good. You know, they was like, you're going to be loopy and this. I was none of that, right? I could have really took myself and came home, you know, but whatever. But I was grateful for my friend for taking me because he didn't have to do that. But it was, I don't know why I was so fearful. That was so easy peasy. Like, and then the dentist, they said, well, he's going to call you later on this evening. He called me about 10 o'clock last, you know, I was waiting. I was like, the dentist never called me, right? He called me about 10 o'clock, child, like it was a booty call. His voice is all sexy and sultry. I'm like, shit, Doc, what's happening, right? And he was like, how you doing? You all right? You know, just tripped me out, right? And so anyway, y'all, that fiasco is over. Like I said, I got a little soreness, just a little bit, but it's nothing that I can't handle. I've been taking my antibiotics, taking the little pain pills, and I am good. And it feels like a weight has been lifted, right? Oh my God, it feels so good. So I was talking to one of my girlfriends today. She's like, oh yeah, that ain't nothing. I could have told you that. I had scared myself to death, okay? But anyway, y'all, I'm glad to be able to talk to y'all today. I thought my show was coming on, Love and Marriage Huntsville. It ain't coming on. I don't guess unless the TV guy lied. So I'm going to talk to y'all for a little bit, and I'm going to go lay down, right? So what I want to talk about today, you know, first, I ain't forget. Hold on. Just hold on. I got to shout out my subscribers of the day. So we got Corey Chase, right? Corey Chase calls me auntie, so he is now my nephew, right? We got Lori Sims, and we have LaShonda Wisdom Quarter. Now, LaShonda is the young lady. She had reached out to me way back when I first started talking about Jaguar Wright, that she was the lady that had befriended Jaguar Wright, and Jaguar did her wrong. And she also has a YouTube channel. So her name is LaShonda Wisdom with a Z, Quarter. Okay? So those are my subscribers of the day. And anyway, this is what I want to talk about. I know some of my subscribers said we want you to tell some stories, and I am going to tell some stories. I have a whole agenda, but I had to get this tooth together, child. I had to get this. This was harming my life. I think I worked 2 days last week. But anyway, what I want to talk about now, because we got to talk about it, it's happening in the world. So, you know, I'm not an entertainment blogger or nothing like that, but whatever's going on in the world, I'm going to talk about it, right? Jacquie with a Q. Questions and quality of life, right? So I'm going to talk about it. But some things I really don't want to talk about, but I have to talk about because that's what's going on in the world, right? This T.I. and Tiny thing with the Sabrina Pearson lady, you know, like I told y'all before, I like them, and I don't know how to feel about this, right? Because when last time I spoke of it, earlier last week, before my teeth was really bad, it was 30 victims. Now I think it's over 100, or it's 100 or something near there, something like that. That's a lot of people, right? Now, I've heard rumblings that some of these ladies were just saying this because they thought it was for play, and they was trying to get likes and you know, all kind of stupid stuff, right? I don't know how true this is. And before any T.I. and Tiny people drop in the comments and attack me, I am not attacking them. I'm just speaking on what's already out there, giving my opinion on it, right? Like I said, I like T.I. and Tiny. I always have. T.I. is one of in my top 10 list, right? And so I don't quite know how to feel about this. You know, this is like, you know, you got a cousin and the cousin has been accused of something. You don't want to believe that shit. That's how I feel, right? And so one of the victims, or maybe I think it was first I heard one. I'm not sure. There's one or 26 of the victims. They have hired Lisa Bloom. And she is this famous lawyer that gets folks money. Now, if this is about money, see, this is how I look at it. If it happened, okay, then they need to get in trouble. They need to be, whatever needs to happen, right? But if this is some, I'm mad at you and I'm hating on you type shit, and we're going to recruit all these ladies to say this stuff so we can all get paid, that's something a little different, right? So like I said, y'all, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm just speaking on what's already been talked about, you know, because I would like you guys' comments. So drop down in the comments and let me know how you all feel, right? And they said some of these ladies are immigrants. Now, I knew that they said some of these ladies were, you know, they were strippers and stuff like that, right? They were sex workers, I should say, right? And I ain't knocking that. Whatever you do to get your coin, that's what you do, right? But the immigrant thing, like again, that's a little dirty word that you can put in there, because if they're immigrants, do they understand what's going on? Did they understand where they were going? And then they're saying that the Sabrina lady was a recruiter. So now if you telling all this stuff and you as a recruiter, you part of the problem. So can you get prosecuted too? Are you looking for immunity? Like what's the what, right? And then I heard that she said she found the Lord or something, that's good. That's nice. But this don't sit right with me, y'all. It don't sit right with me. Like I said, if they did it, I just don't see why anybody of that stature with that kind of money would need to imprison women. I totally don't believe the sex trafficking. I don't believe that. Now, do I believe they paid some ladies to come in there and have sex? Yeah, but they grown. That's what they do, right? Do I think that they drugged women purposely? No. I think that, so we partying, that's what we doing. We having sex and drugs and all that shit go together. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, all that shit go together. You partake of that, and that's what happened. Now, if they passed them around while they were drugged, that's not cool. That ain't legal, right? Like I said, I don't know, y'all. I'm just looking at it all different kind of ways. I don't want it to be true. And what I find disparaging is people are, whenever something happened to somebody, people really they happy about it. Like, hi, my heart ain't like that. If you did that shit and we found out you did it, we got evidence and found you did it, okay, then you got to do whatever you're supposed to do, pay for your crime, right? But I still won't be happy about it. I'm just not happy when people are in fucked up situations, right? There ain't nothing to be happy about. That shit is sad, right? But, I didn't talk about this last week because my tooth was hurting. I couldn't think straight. But, she kind of had got on there and first she said she was mad with the girl. Now, what she did, in essence, was incriminate T.I. and Tiny and Sabrina. Sometimes, like I said before, it's best to be quiet. Just best to be quiet, don't say shit, and let's see where the chips fall, right? So she incriminated herself. So I guess they had a conversation with her. So then she had another video where she was crying and she was sorry and she said she didn't know and all that. And I believe her. But what I think, Shekinah is just loyal to her friends, right? I think she's just loyal to her friends, and she did what she thought was best without thinking. See, a lot of times when you do shit, not a lot of times, all the time, when you do something, you got to think it through. And you got to think it through frontwards, backwards, sideways, what if this, what if that. You got to have a plan A, B, and C. A lot of times we just go off impulse, which is, I used to be like that. But you got to think some shit through now, right? You just can't be doing shit all willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and I know what she was doing. She was protecting her friends. She, those people helped her. Those are her friends. She loved them. I get it, right? But because that's going to be used as, that can be used if it go that far, as some sort of evidence, and they can call her into question and stuff. You just put yourself in a bad situation, right? And I do see that they have canceled T.I. and the Family Hustle show. They didn't cancel the show. See, this shit gets serious, right? You fucking with the coins, and I like them. And the reason why I like them, even though, I like T.I. as a rapper, I liked him because he was a family man. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all before, it's a lot of guys, a lot of rappers that I like, because they stayed with their woman through the years. Method Man, LL Cool J, Ice Cube. There's probably some more I can't think of right now. But, they stayed with their girl from way back. They didn't switch up on her, right? And I like that. So I like the fact that he incorporated his family and his close friends in the TV show, right? Now, speaking of close friends, they've implicated Candy in some sort of way, right? Now, you remember on the show Housewives of Atlanta, it was alleged that she had a dungeon of some sort, and Phaedra told Portia that they wanted to drug her, have sex with her, and all that shit, allegedly, right? Then I was reading that it wasn't, Phaedra got that from the producer. The producer being Carlos King, and Carlos King was no longer with the show after that, and then, Phaedra got fired. I don't know how true this is, but like I said before, y'all, a lot of time where there's smoke, there's fire. And then, people can make a small thing into a big thing, and then they can expound on the truth and stretch it. So I don't know, right? I don't know. Um, I hate it. I hate it if that's the case. I do. I hate that for them, right? If that's what's going on, but I just don't understand having. I don't understand the. We got to bring you in, and so they said the girl Sabrina was a recruiter, right? So if you doing all this telling and you was involved with it, that don't kind of make sense to me, right? I don't know, or unless your hate for them is so strong that you willing to implicate yourself to get rid of them. Some people are like that, right? And that makes her complicit. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. We just gotta wait and see this thing out. I hope it's not true. I just hope it's not true, right? Because I get conflicting and different stories. Like some of a lot of the ladies saying that they just did it for like they didn't know it was for real. They were just doing some shit, saying some shit because they were young and dumb, right? But you got to know if you make up a lie on somebody, that a lie such as that, if it is a lie, that's not cool. You got to know it's going to be some repercussions behind that, right? So I don't know, guys. I don't know. All we can do is pray for them and hope this shit work itself out the way it need to be worked out, right? But also what I'm going to talk about today, y'all, because I keep seeing this, and I know y'all tired of me talking about it, but I'm going to keep talking about it until the shit go away, because I want to go outside and live my life. So, on Instagram today, every day, I see people out at parties. Like for me, I can't go to the party and death is all up in the air. That don't make no sense, but whatever, right? But I saw something today that somebody was, somebody I follow was in Florida. I think they was in Tampa. And they had a party of some sort, and the party had spilled outside. And it was so many people, y'all, way over 100, in the street with no masks, together, tightly. And I'm trying to figure out if y'all motherfuckers not know. Oh, let me say this, y'all. Y'all can help me with this. So, I don't want to cuss. That's something else I want to talk about next. I'm trying my best not to cuss. I don't want to cuss. But, sometimes cuss words need to be inserted in certain spots because that's where it need to be, right? But anyway, when I saw all these people, like, they just partying, like, y'all didn't know, had they not heard about Corona? Did they not know people died? Like, I don't understand that part, right? So, I didn't understand that. It's a lot went on this week and I couldn't talk because my mouth hurt it, right? But that with the no mask in the party, y'all got to stop that. Please, stop it. I'ma still be here. When everybody dead and gone in the party, they self to death, I'ma still be here, right? But I'm gonna need some of y'all to be here with me. You know what I'm saying? But something else I wanted to speak on, I just thought about it, is the reason why I said I'm not gonna cuss and stuff, and I'm not gonna use names, which I very rarely do anyway, of other bloggers and stuff, is that they snatched Funky Dineva's channel abruptly, right, with no warning, and I have to say that Funky Dineva is the reason why I watched YouTube initially. Years ago, I started looking at YouTube, right? Because I like his perspective, and he always usually thinks the way I think, right? I just like his perspective for a young man, right? And they snatched his channel, and he said it was because of something that happened that he was advertising 6 years ago. Now then, that don't make sense, right? But I don't know. I'm new to YouTube, so I don't know. I know they have guidelines and stuff like that, right? So I don't copyright and I don't even know how to do all that stuff, right? But I said that I was going to stop cursing, even though I like to cuss. Let me tell y'all something. God has delivered me from a lot of things. I didn't ask to be delivered from cussing. I like to cuss. I like it, okay? That's what I like to do. I done stopped doing a lot of things. I like to cuss. But I'm going to try my best not to cuss on my YouTube channel, okay? Because YouTube, what that just did, was put fear in a lot of bloggers' hearts, right? Put fear. Now, I see all kind of bizarre, crazy stuff on YouTube. And to snatch this man's channel with no warning because of something he did 6 years ago just didn't make no sense to me, right? When I'm seeing people doing all kind of stuff on YouTube, right? So, my whole thing is that, and I've been saying this and I'm going to keep saying this, that we have to create our own avenues of wealth, our own streams of income, independent of somebody that can take it from us. You know, that's very important, you know. Because, you know, I've had my lifestyle taken, you know, and I'll tell y'all that story in my book, right? And that's devastation. When I say devastation, when you lose a career, even if you lose a job, but if you lose a career, something that you like doing and something that you're getting paid to do what you like, that's devastating, very devastating, right? So that concerned me. Now, they gave it back to him a few hours later, right? But I think it was a shakeup. It was a message behind that, right? So I know another YouTuber I had been chatting with, and they gave him I'm going to call it a ding. I forgot what it's called. But if you get 3 of those, then they take your channel, right? So, and I asked him, what did he do? He never said what he did, but I remember looking at a video and was thinking, oh, he shouldn't have did that, right? And I think he put something up of another bloggers or something, you know. I don't even know how to do all that stuff, y'all. I'm not even interested in knowing how to do that. What I initially started with, what I'm continuing to do, is just talk to you guys. That's all I want to do is talk to y'all. Y'all talk back. I appreciate and I receive the love that is given me. And, you know, I appreciate the comments, whether they're good or bad. Like I said, I just don't do the disrespect. We all have differences of opinions, and I appreciate that, right? I'm still working on the going live for my birthday. You know, but I just want y'all to know that I appreciate y'all. So I'm going to try my best not to cuss, but I like to cuss, y'all. I'm going to try my best, right? But anyway, continue to like, comment, and share. I'm trying to get to the 2,000 subscribers, so continue to share. I appreciate you guys. And again, my subscribers of today are Corey Chase, my nephew, Lori Sims, and LaShonda Wisdom with a Z Quarter. Okay? Thank you guys for watching Jackie with a Q. Thank you for being a part of the Jack Squad. I really appreciate you guys. You just don't know how much, like I said, I receive the love. I receive that, okay? And you guys be safe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.